Now.
NP managing production with So, why the name?
I have no problem telling that one. A friend of ours, back when we were in the 9th grade, well, he's now graduated, he's been graduated, next year we graduate. When we were in 9th grade, we kind of started this band as a joke in a different pop-punk incarnation, and our friend Lars was, at the time, very obsessed with Stephen King's It, and he continuously would quote the book. We had to play one little benefit show for our middle school, and we needed a name, so while we were trying to decide on a name, Lars shouted out, "They all float down here," so we decided to keep the name They All Float.
And it just kind of stuck for a really long time.
Yeah, at first it was like, yeah, you know, it's kind of iffy, but then it just caught on. We were like, they all float, let's keep it.
Yeah. Easier than coming up with a new name.
So, how long have you guys been doing this?
Oh, well, Joey and I have been doing this since I met him.
In 7th grade.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
Like all beginner bands. Like,
Yeah, this
Well, for the two of us,
right
yes.
here,
And, right. And then Tom joined us a year later.
I just joined in like April, but I've been temping since like February.
He hardly knows our names.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not relevant.
that's my base.
so, from the looks of it, even though you guys go ape shit on stage, I'm guessing you guys are all goofy, fun people in person.
Oh yeah.
I like to think so.
especially this one. And this. Yeah.
I play trading card games and a lot of MMORPGs. That's my main hobby besides this.
I just
So
cry
that's
a
not
lot.
very hardcore.
I just cry a lot. listen to a lot of,
I play MMORPGs and play my 3DS.
Yeah. I like to have fun.
So, you guys are kind of like old school kind of hardcore kind of thing, I guess.
Sure,
Experience.
I'll take that.
In our
No.
newer stuff, like there's a bit of an influence, but it gets kind of.
I mean, we've been listening to music for
we're
so
not,
long.
We're not pushing hardcore.
Definitely not.
I'm not mad at you.
There's some influence of it, but if I had to classify us, I'd say we're closer to melodic hardcore mixed with like influences from like anywhere from Counterparts to Jam or Title Fight and like Even the Ghost Inside and all that shit.
And then for like the heavier parts, that's I think where the hardcore influence more so comes in. But in terms of like song structure, it's definitely from like that newer waves, like more hardcore metalcore bands.
So, speaking of all of that, like, who motivated, I guess, you guys like, to go one by one? You know, what like, the reason for you to become like, some people play for stupid random reasons, some people have an idol and they want to be that at some point. So, I guess we'll start out with you.
For me, I guess for me it's more so I have a lot of stupid shit I complain about in my head, and this gives me an outlet to complain about it to other people who might care. And that's pretty much my motivation to actually really do this and pursue this.
Is there anybody like motivated you to do it, or you just
Well, in terms of like an idol or like motivation, I think this is a weird one. The person who made me really, really want to do this was Shane Raven from Close Your Eyes. When I saw that band when I was in the 8th grade, he performed with a lot of passion and just like despite him not being in the band anymore, he kind of like set the stage for me to really want to actually pursue this beyond just playing like local shows and stuff.
Well, I've been touring since I was 16. I was a tour manager for a band out in Arizona. And I moved back here in August and just started up an acoustic project and just wanted it as a joke. And that got serious. And I started playing with these guys too because they were the bassist. I was just temping and I was in my last year of school and I just thought I had nothing else to do other than play music and finish up school and work. So once I finished up school, I just put my full dedication to playing music and touring around. I guess when I get back at the end of the summer, I'm actually going to try and find a career. So, temp job works.
Temp job, career, synonyms.
I mean, I've been listening to bands like, Brand New, Taking Back Sunday, Death Cab for Cutie, stuff like that, since I was a little kid. So I mean, I definitely have an influence, and when I was younger, I idolized guys like that, Jesse Lacey, Adam Zara, John Lennon, that whole scene. But I mean, then I was introduced to musicians like Justin Vernon and stuff like that, and I really loved that they could put so much music, it's so much like passion behind something that was so subtle, you know, so like quiet and so calm and relaxing. And I started out playing, you know, music like that, and then I realized that, you know, I really enjoy that type of intensity. So I guess I don't really idolize anybody, but there's definitely that influence, you know, the fact that I like to put everything I have into something, you know, but to me it's not, you know, a cute little song, it's, you know, going crazy in front of a few kids for a little while, for a few songs at a time.
I don't know. There's just something about music that's like, it just lets you let out whatever is inside you. Just like the way, yeah, just like poop. I release it through playing the drums, and it just like, it feels so good. Just like, but I don't. It's weird, but I can kind of say my dad for showing me like classic rock music. Just every day, you know, him driving me home from school, we were listening to classic rock, and I just love the drums. So he bought me a drum set in the next few years and started playing, and I'll probably will be playing forever until that time.
I guess since I know you guys have a long drive on the last question, what do you guys think of the place, people, me doing it for you guys? Like, what do you guys think of what we did?
There was fog machines, and you don't know how stoked I am. I was so fucking excited.
We've never even seen
Like,
fog.
how was like I was not expecting that. Holy shit!
How can you put weather into like a box?
Yeah. Honestly, I was just like, this is so fun.
Incredible, but it was cool. The first time we played Massachusetts, we didn't know what to expect, and we were happy to see that there were kids. You know, we're not a big band. There were still kids who were hanging out, who stayed until the end, even though they didn't know who we were. You know, that's always cool to see in a scene, that kids will come out just to hang out and listen to music. Like, that's so important to have in the community.
And on top of that, especially coming from Long Island, like anytime we play out of state, you know, I always kind of come in with like this, you know, preconception of like everything has to stack up to where I'm from because we have such a prominent scene, and as a result, like I have a tendency to be like, oh, that's not as good as where I'm from, that's not as good as where I'm from. Tonight's crowd was like really awesome, and you guys really do have a special scene. It's great to see something that like, you know, blew my expectations out of the water.
So like I would say, this is more than you guys probably thought. Like, you guys thought maybe a couple of kids, whatever, but
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean,
This was cool.
We were happy to play in front of a few kids. We were happy to play in front of, you know,
Whether it was
whoever,
2
you.
or
If
200,
it was
happy.
just you and, you know, your friends, that would have been great. But I mean, you know, the fact that kids stuck around was really important to us.
And I definitely love to come back to this place. It's just like the atmosphere. Everyone here works so nicely. It's great.
Especially this venue. It reminds me a lot of VHS, the venue that got shut down.
And the Masonic Temple a lot.
That was
We've
so-
lost like
yeah.
all of our VFW and like big hall venues because Long Island just loses venues a lot. So this was so nice to play in this setting because, you know, I love playing big halls and, you know, just like floors like this. It's cool.
Plus, there's a giant American flag up there, and that's pretty rad.
And we are definitely patriotic.
Look at our shorts. Look at our shorts.
Look at our shorts.
so
I'm
we
so-
would definitely expect you guys back here.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'd love to come back.
Well, MP Management Production here. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to check out The Offload. Thank you guys.